So
What's the mentality like? Good job or what? What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming to another detailing video on my RTE detailing channel. And today we have a very special guest, Jerry, Aesthetic Art of Detailing. Jerry, for people that don't know, how long you been detailing?
8 years now.
8 years.
Yep.
You full-time, part-time, on the side?
Full time, 7 days a week.
Dang.
Yep.
It's been kind of slow lately, man.
Yeah, the weather. You know, we all know that like in California, it doesn't rain that often, but when it does, you know, people don't know how to act.
They're out there getting that, going on Amazon Flat,
Yeah.
Uber Eats. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
Yep.
But here's the thing. Oh, and in this video, we're gonna show you how Jerry gets clients and things he's tried that hasn't worked out. But Jerry, it's expected now that it's gonna rain during winter,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
What should a detailer do to prepare themselves for the rainy season? Because I noticed new detailers, summer, they're balling, bro.
Yeah.
They think this ain't never gonna dry up.
Yeah.
And then it dries up.
Yep.
What's your advice to them, man?
100%. What I learned is save money throughout the year.
You have to.
Yeah, you have
like a
to.
squirrel saving nuts for the snow, you know?
Exactly.
Make sure you have enough for your bills.
Yep. Save money because, you know, especially in the beginning when you don't have clients like that, when it hits, you know, the winter time and it's you know, raining and it gets slow, it gets hard, man. My first year I was hurting. I didn't have like income at all for at least a good straight month, and it was bad.
When did you go back to your day job?
So
What's the mentality like? Good job or what?
kind of, you know what? Yeah, it was because I felt like if I went back, then detailing was going to be like a plan B kind of thing, you know? So I felt like we mentioned, if you have a plan B, you're not fully committing, you know? You're setting yourself up to fail, and you just don't have that mentality on like, I can't fail, you know? And that was my mentality. So what I started learning over time, over the years, was one, save money throughout the year, you know? That way you're not hurting as bad. But two, figure out a system that works for you during winter. For example, it doesn't rain 7 days a week in California. You know, sometimes you will have some days where it's like pretty bad. But what I learned was if it's going to be raining 4 out of the 7 days, those 3 days that it's not raining, you could hurry up and squeeze in like an interior detail or something, you know? So what I started learning for me personally was either, hey guys, you know, get an interior detail and I can do like a free exterior wash for you guys. Clients were eating those up. That was bringing in a lot of money. Or I can do, all right guys, you guys want an interior detail, you know, do that and I'll give you like a free, you know, ceramic coating, like 6 months at least, just to get them through the winter. They love that stuff. Little things like that. Or if you're not working on like income, use that time off that you have. What can I do to better my business? So another thing, I started pushing business cards even more, you know, business cards, flyers, or posting on Instagram, building yourself like a Google business profile. That's very big, guys, because clients, they like to see that you have reviews from other people. They see positive reviews from other people, then they start to get like, oh, you know what? You know, this person had a great experience with this person. Let me give them a shot. Stuff like that.
All right, man. Now, what's more important? Specials, discounts, or maintenance clients during summer? If you have to do 1, 2, 3, or maybe there's something else.
I would say maybe a mixture, because if you so let's just say you get like a special, for example, right? Yeah. You're getting new clients. If you get new clients, that's an opportunity to turn those new clients into a maintenance client. So maintenance clients, to me, I'm always pushing for those. I'm always telling guys, try to get those maintenance clients, because when it's slow, you have them that help you make it through the slow times, which is what helps me now. You know, when people when it gets kind of slow, I still have those clients that get their stuff done every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, once a month. Those are the ones that help me get through my slow times. Yep.
All right, man. Next thing is, you just got a wrap on your van.
Yeah.
Like a year ago, maybe? A couple months?
Yeah, a year ago.
Before it was all white.
Uh-huh.
Did you really notice the difference or not really?
You know what? I did. Reason why is because I would say since I've had it, I've had about 20 people. Not that crazy, but I mean, I've had about 20 people that have called me when I'm driving on the freeways or whatever.
Get the f*** out the way.
Yeah. Hey, bro, you cut me off,
Yeah.
But I've had them tell me, hey, how's it going? I'm actually on the freeway right next to you right now. And I've had them pull up on me and they wave at me.
Oh, damn.
But hey, how much would you charge for this, and that? And probably out of the 20, about 5 of them actually booked me for appointments.
Not bad?
Yeah, so I mean, it helped out, And then also, when I'm doing a job, I'm detailing, people always pull up on me, Hey, how much you charge? Oh, hey, well, here's my business card, but if you want to look at my stuff really quick, I have a QR code on my van. Hey, you could just take a picture of it or just scan the QR code, and they do. I have a link tree, my website for my business pops up, my Instagram, my TikTok. I think one more thing. To book me, So it was definitely a great investment. The only thing is right now is that my paint job on it, my van is like 20 years old, not 21 years old, and it's starting to chip. But I'm gonna do a fresh paint job on it.
How much you drop on the wrap?
I want to say it was about like $1,100.
Not that bad.
Which isn't bad at all. Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, the guy that did it, he did a great job, man. I mean, I called him. I would say a month ago, and I was like, hey, bro, are you down to like do the job again? And he was just like, oh yeah, bro, of course, like it'd be an honor to do the job again. I'm like, all right, cool, man. I'll contact you in like 2 months, because we all know, guys, paint jobs, if you want it done, pretty decent, people are charging like at least $3,000, But I'm like a DIY person. I love to do stuff myself, To me, I appreciate it more. Obviously, I'm trying to save some money too. I don't want to drop $3,000 on a paint job.
Jeez.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fully sand the whole van, and then I'm going to primer it myself. I'm going to paint it myself, clear coat it myself, and then I'll do some color sanding, get it all prepped and everything, and then I'm going to send it to the guy, and he's going to do the whole decals and everything again.
There you go. Stay tuned. Same logo?
Yeah, same everything. It's just not so the logos aren't going out because of him. It's the paint job, bro.
I feel it.
It's the paint job, So I noticed that white vehicles, their paint starts chipping. Yeah, especially with Chevy vans. I'm a Chevy guy. I love Chevy, but the Chevy white, bro. I mean, it's they start to go for some reason.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about something else. Ads. Have you ever messed around with them? Not really.
Yeah, you know what? I did mess with ads. I think like right before I met you, and all the way up until like maybe when I first met you, I was messing with ads on Google. I mean, Instagram. I was spending about like $20-$30, I did notice that like my views and the interaction on them were going up, but I had a couple of guys message me from like Texas, Florida. Some of them were like, hey bro, fix your ads, I'm seeing this in Florida. And then I was having some people that were a couple hundred miles away, like, hey bro, I want to book an appointment. But then once we found out where we were, it was like, oh, never mind, it's not gonna work out. But I got some follows out of it, which doesn't really matter, But I probably got a couple of people that booked appointments with me. But if you are gonna do like Instagram ads, you want to do like local. That's something that I learned, Google ads I haven't done. I do know that Google has a thing where it's like you spend $500, you get $500. But yeah, I haven't really pushed for ads, thankfully, gratefully. A lot of my clients come from referrals, either referrals or like they see me out and about. So I've been grateful for that.
And Google.
Yeah.
You get a lot of clients from Google.
You know what? Yeah. So I don't really push ads for Google, but when people look for detailers, they always tell me like, "Oh yeah, I found you on Google. I saw you were really close." Or
And the reviews.
yeah,
How many do you have?
94 5-star reviews.
Damn, bro, we gotta get to 100, bro.
I know, bro. You know what? I have a whole lot of clients that are like returning clients.
Yeah.
But they haven't taken the time to leave a review. You know, I've asked some of them multiple times, and they're yeah, I'm gonna leave a review, and they haven't. You know, I can't tell them what to do with their time.
No.
But I've seen guys who were like, they've started way after me, and they've got like 135, 125. I'm like, damn, bro. I gotta try to get my people to do a review for me somehow.
Hey, they help out, man.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you guys
but-
go, push them reviews.
Yeah, that is Google is one of the biggest ways I get clients. So they look for me. Obviously, you see nothing but 5 stars, and they tell me too. They tell me like, hey, you know, I saw you on Google. I saw reviews. I read through some of them. All of them spoke highly about you. This is why I booked with you. And then they end up being clients.
Nice, man, nice.
Yeah.
Now, what's one thing you've tried that was a complete waste of money? You ever got anything crazy? Like flyers, marketing guy, I don't know, specials, were a waste of time.
You know what? One time, I think it was. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was this past Black Friday too.
Yeah.
I had posted like on my full detail package. It's anywhere from like a $500 to $600 package. I was like, hey guys, I'm taking $100 off this package. Only gonna be five slots. Nobody took me up on that. I was very surprised, bro, because I get people all the time trying to haggle the prices.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't offer that again. You know, sometimes I get this feeling to where like I want to hook up my clients because like I'm grateful for them. And like, hey guys, you know, I'm gonna throw like this crazy little special or whatever. And I have people, detailers that comment sometimes when I'm like, bro, like, why are you doing that? But it's just sometimes I feel grateful and I want to, you know, take care of my clients, but sometimes they don't take me up on those offers. So I'm kind of like, I probably won't do it again, you know? Yeah.
Another thing I've been seeing die down a lot, gift certificates.
Oh yeah.
You ever try that?
You know what? I do have gift certificates.
Yeah.
I don't really sell them throughout the year. The only times I get a couple people here and there are Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah, those are like the only times that people actually purchase them. Or birthdays. You know, sometimes I'll get people like, hey, you know, how much should I get for this? And I tell them like, you could get it in like however much you want to put on it. That's fine. You know, they could put the rest. Or sometimes they ask me like, hey, I want to get them this specific package. How much? And we'll do it like that. They are a great idea. Personally, I just don't sell that many. But it's there, you know, it's an option. Yeah.
I got you, man. I got you. What's another thing that you've tried or that you see detailers try that works or may not work? Business cards still work? How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Personally, physical business cards they work because I have a good amount of older clients. Yeah. So my older clients, some of them, they're not too tech savvy, you know? They don't like to do the whole Instagram, social media, Google kind of thing. They prefer the business cards. And that's totally fine with me because, you know, I consider myself a little more old school when it comes to certain things. I'm 30 and, you know, I'm starting to feel the age and all that. But I like to take care of my older clients, you know. They're sometimes not all of them, you know, have money. They don't have like that money to spend on details and all that. And them, I take care of them. I don't want to take advantage of people, man, because that's just it's ugly. We got enough people doing that out there.
You ever have a detailer or another entrepreneur be like, oh yeah, follow me on Instagram, here, tap it.
Oh,
you seen that?
Yeah.
What's it called, a pop or something like that?
Something.
How do you feel about that?
It's whatever, bro. I have one. I have a guy that he made me like a little plastic one.
Yeah.
It's like a credit card.
Yeah, I seen those.
Yeah, I have them in my wallet. And it's cool, bro. But the thing is that sometimes I forget that I have it. And some people just don't care, you know. So
I'm one of those people that don't care.
Yeah.
I like getting business cards so that way when I get in my car, I could toss it away, you know, without hurting their feelings.
Yeah. Bro.
I don't want them following me on Instagram, but it does help.
Yeah, it does.
All right, how about this one? Instagram. You get any clients from that, or is it just followers or people you already maintenance?
You know what?
Yeah.
Now now that like you and I have been working with each other, the videos that go viral. So I just recently had this lady. She booked an appointment with me.
Yeah.
Fully like she messaged me and her message was like prepared, man, and I was pretty impressed. It was, hi, how are you? My name is so and so. I was wondering how much can I get a quote for a she said the year, make, model of her car, color.
Oh, dang.
Like, I want to get a paint enhancement. How much is it going to be? I messaged her. All right, this is how much it's going to be, this and that. Okay, nice. Are you available this day? We booked it. And then I asked her for her first and last name, you know, pretty much all her information. And I was like, okay, I need a $25 deposit. Okay, cool. Do you accept Zelle? Yes, here's the business email. Okay, sent the Zelle right away, bro. Usually I'll click on the page and check to see if at least there's like a mutual follower. No mutual followers. So I have no idea how she found me, you know.
But she contacted you through Instagram.
Me and she booked an appointment.
Nice.
So now that we kind of have like a you know, decent following on Instagram, I do notice that people that follow me, their friends or whatever, I pop up on their page somehow, and that's how they get me. So I've had a good amount of people from Instagram contact me, but I really do think that like working with you, you know, has helped out a lot. So, you know, if you guys are interested, I'm dead serious. I mean, if you look at the followings from like the beginning, from when we first started compared to now, I've probably gained about at least 1,000 followers. You know, so yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Jared. Thank you.
Yeah. That's a free testimony right there, guys. Yeah, there we go.
Have you seen those ads? I'm being dramatic, but a 13-year-old be like, are you a mobile detailer who wants 10 guaranteed leads? I don't get paid until you get... Is it those?
Yeah.
How do you feel about those, man? Is it a scam? Is it true? Are they testing it out?
I mean, it does feel like it's a scam, you know, but the thing is, though, is that I feel like stuff like that, it really hooks an audience, you know? So I notice you just got to find what, like, really pulls people. Some of them... If they feel like, hey, that was a good commercial or a good ad, some people will just be like, hey, take my money, bro.
Look, I ain't trying to hate on it, but with all the detailers I work with that have tried a service like that, none of them have gotten results. And it's a headache. Because they sell you a dream, they show you the process, you pay, now they take their sweet ass time. And then you're like, hey, how come this ad didn't go up? Oh, sir. I can't do the accent, but they're like, "Oh, sir, we're waiting for you to send us pictures. Oh, we're doing more refined. Like, what the fuck? You know, but they get paid every month.
Yeah.
You know, and I've actually had clients be like, "Yo, I want my money back because you guys haven't done anything for me once I gave you guys the money."
Yeah.
So that's my little caution tailbone cord. Give me, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And another thing is, one big thing I see online is those cheap editing services. Hey, we'll do 10 reels, 30 reels for $5, $10 each. Don't get me wrong, they work, you know, to produce content.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed is that producing content isn't gonna get you a lot of results.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm hating, bro. I'm gonna stop hating on it, Jerry.
That's cool, man.
You do your thing, man. You throw those ads in there. You sell your $5 edit. That's not my charge.
Yeah.
Cause I film and all that, you know.
Yeah.
Hey. Talking about it, you ever get compared to another detailer? Like, yo, one down the street does it for 20, you can't match them?
So I've never been compared to like a specific detailer.
Yeah.
But in my earlier days and all the way up until now, it always happens to where I have people pull up on me. Hey, how much you charge for a maintenance wash? You know, they don't really know it's maintenance wash, but they're like, oh, you know, inside and out. Oh, okay. You know, anywhere from like 100 to 120, depending on the condition of the vehicle. Oh, well, I have a guy that charges 40. Well, why are you looking for another guy, you know?
There's a reason why they're looking for another guy. But they just don't want to tell you.
They want more, like, better work, you know?
Yeah, better work.
But it comes
same price?
It comes with a price. So, yeah, I have a video. I was wearing my GoPro. I have it right here on my head. And I think I sent it to you. There was a lady. She pulled up on me.
And said what?
Same exact situation. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, you know, it's a little more, it's more detailed than what they do at the car wash, you know? And she was just kind of like, all right, well, yeah, let me get your business card. But it was the same situation. She said, oh, well, my guy does it for this much. I mean, why are you looking for another person then, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, I do get compared to, you know, like they say, there's detailers and then there's car washers, you know? And I have to explain it to them sometimes, like, well, there's car washers and there's detailers. I'm a detailer, you know, it's more detailed. Oh, okay, all right. But sometimes they book me. They book me and they're kind of like, oh, hey, you know, my car's never been this clean since I bought it or whatever. So that's cool. It's nice when you hear stuff like that, but it's a headache, man. It's a headache to be compared to you know, detailers like that.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about educating clients, strangers? Worth the time? Not worth the time? If you have time?
You know what? I always try to take the time to educate my clients, and that's one thing that, like, I feel like that kind of separates me from other people. Obviously, there's a lot of other detailers that do that too, but I don't mind my clients watching me because I have a lot of clients that are just curious, you know, what are you doing? Or they want to see what they're paying for. And I'll tell them, you know, my favorite thing is clay bar, for example, you know. I've had people ask me like, oh, you know, do you do the clay wax or this and that? That's what they call it. And so I start telling them like, all right, guys, you know how the paint's like rough, this and that. I'll walk them through and I'll tell them like, you know, think of it as skin. You know, you exfoliate. What do you do after you exfoliate? You moisturize. So then that's why I tell them like, you know, now your paint is bare. You need to add that moisturizer. You need to seal it. So that's why we need protection. You know, you include the sealant, you include the wax. When I break it down for them like that, they gain like a better understanding and they're like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. That's when I know, okay, I did my job. Because I never want to come off where I'm like a car salesman, you know? I don't want them to feel I'm in there, I want their money, and I'm out. No. So, yeah, that's how I try to approach it.
All right, Jerry. And another thing I noticed you do, recording you for a couple years, you actually do a test spot.
Oh,
remember that guy with the white car?
Yeah. I never heard from him.
With the anime?
Yeah.
You actually went. You're like, yo, I know what you're looking for. Let me do a test spot to see if it's worth it.
Yeah.
We spent 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You did a little test spot. And he goes, all right, let me talk to my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, bro, one man has to ask his girlfriend. Hey, no lie though, I pull that all the time.
Well,
let me talk to my wife.
You know what they say, man. A happy wife is a happy life, you know? So.
Bro, you know, I was such a hater about that. But it's true, Jerry. It's true, you know? Yeah. But anyways, we're not going to talk about relationships over here. Talking about detailing, making that money.
Yep.
But a lot of people might say, yo, Jerry, you're wasting your time. I don't go anywhere unless I get a deposit or a guarantee.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, man?
I've done quite a few like test spots for them. You know, I demonstrate for them. Hey, this is going to be the comparison, the difference, this and that. I've locked in so many jobs just from doing that, and clients have told me too, hey, you know what, I like that you did that, let me book you, because I feel like it makes me stand out from other people, because I took the time to not only demonstrate, but I took the time to explain to them also. You know, like you said, educate them.
And there you guys go. Jared's dropping that free 99 knowledge on how you can make more money, customer service. But let us know, what have you tried that worked? What have you tried that didn't work, so we could all help each other grow in the comments below. But Jerry, I know you have a lot of things going on. You detail, you sell chemicals, mobile service, selling chemicals.
Yep.
Somebody wants to reach out, somebody wants to detail some chemicals. Where can they go and how can they hit you up?
So you could either text me or call me, and my phone number is 626-893-6810.
Hey, but I just want to say, you have a girlfriend now.
Yeah.
Don't hit him up at 2 a.m., guys.
Yeah.
Don't get him in trouble, right?
Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Also, Instagram. It's aesthetic_auto_detailing. And then I also have my website, which is aestheticautodetailing.com.
All his information is going to be down below. And if you enjoyed this free 99 knowledge on the detailing game, you want to see more, I'm coming back producing more detailing content just for you. So make sure to like and subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.